the story, which is that, Germany's at war. And the reason for that is that evil Jews have conspired up a conspiracy, and they've united the Western world against us. And they're a fifth column within the country. And your patriotic duty is to root them out now that we're in Poland and you're saving the fatherland. And there's going to be dirty work associated with it. And do you really want to leave all that to your compatriots, your companions, your guys? Because like if you and I are together and someone that we're working for presents us with a dirty job and I say, well, I'm not doing that, well, then I leave it to you. Mm-hmm. So there's a kind of betrayal that's built into that. Now, the guys that left thought, I don't care, I'm not doing this, but most people didn't. And part of the reason they didn't do it is because they were loyal to their peers. By the end of this, which took months, these guys were taking naked pregnant women out into the middle of fields and shooting them in the back of the head. And becoming violently ill because of doing so and tearing themselves into shreds internally, sick at heart, but doing it. And it's a terrible thing to look at. And I started looking at that it's 40 years ago now. It was shocking. And so what did I discover? Well, I discovered a lot of things. I discovered that the road to totalitarian hell and atrocity is paved with lies. Lies are the pathway to hell, really, practically and metaphysically. And so one of the things I decided, and this was in 1985, was that I was going to stop lying.
What does that mean practically?
Lies ruin your life.
So you will not accept a white lie? You won't cast...
Well, look, a white lie is better than a black lie. But look, if you're really telling the truth, you're serving truth at every level of analysis simultaneously. That's right. So if my words are landing properly, they're going to be the words that work right now and tomorrow and a week from now and a month from now. And they're going to work for me and they're going to work for you. So a true statement has levels of application. And a white lie is a statement that's true at one level and false at another. Now, you might not be able to. Maybe you don't have the wherewithal at that moment to come up with the statement that satisfies all the truth conditions at every level. And so you default to the best you can manage. Your wife says, do I look fat in this dress? Or maybe she says, how do I look in this dress? And you think you don't like that dress. And, the easy thing to do is to say, I love it, dear, whatever you want. Or, of course not. But that's a white lie. But that's not the optimal answer. A better answer to that is, don't ask me questions like that. And then you can have a discussion about it. See, the thing is, I bought a lot of clothes for my wife. I like clothes shopping for my wife. And I tell her how I think she looks. And the advantage to that is that if I tell her that she looks good, she knows I mean it. Mm. Right? I'm not muddying up the water. And if I have to say something, it's not the number of times that I've told her that I'm not happy with the way she's presenting it, it's virtually never happens. She actually has extremely good taste. And so it's just an example. But if you're forced into a situation where you have to tell a white lie, there's snakes somewhere that you haven't dealt with. And maybe the best you can do, and that's Leonard Cohen, the poet, said, there's no decent place to stand in a massacre. You may have already compromised yourself to the point where in that situation, the best you can do is a lie. But that means that you shouldn't have bloody well been there to begin with.
And the antidote in many respects is honesty further upstream, honesty with yourself and others further upstream.
You can get yourself in positions where all of your options are bad. And what that means is exactly as you pointed out, you did something upstream, man. Now, one of the things you do in therapy is you find out what people did upstream. Mm. And you'll find this in your discussions with your wife. There'll be a problem. And as you circle towards it, you'll see, oh, this is where I made a mistake, right? This is what's wrong with me. And then you can even find out, if you look, you can go back into your past and you can think, oh yeah, that's when I made that decision. I knew when I made it, it was a bad decision, And your life is full of the consequences